All right, so we have a Jim Cornette here, first ever live react on stream. I am excited for this. I am a much more passionate about wrestling than I am talking about these losers that I'm a little jealous of. So this ought to be interesting though. The title of the video is Jim Cornette on Hulk Hogan not appearing at Saturday night's main event. I mean, so I did a video on Jim Cornette when Hogan got booed. If you want to check it out, it's on the channel. I thought it was political. Then I asked Mark, a fellow Mark fan who is liberal, and they said, well, Undertaker didn't get booed. And it's like, that's fair. Very fair point. And they go, well, what about all the stuff he's said? Like all the racist stuff. And it's like, oh yeah, that's right. He did say some pretty bad things. So, and they're in, obviously they're in, California. Like it wasn't in, I mean, look, if Hulk Hogan would have came out with Kevin Nash as the NWO, do you think he would have gotten booed? I actually don't think so. If he comes out as a heel, I actually don't think he does get booed. Not like that. I mean, that was wild. And, Kevin Nash also made this point too, which is every wrestler's biggest fear is that when they come out to the crowd, nothing happens. There's no booing, there's no cheering, they just don't care. And so they don't even react. So that's a fair point also. But I can assure you there's no way that when the WWE signed Hulk Hogan, they're like, oh yeah, let's just get him so they can boo his ass out of the arena. I don't think so, Well, and yeah, absolutely. And also, here I told my, so I obviously have friends that vote, however, and I love talking to them because just get, I want both perspectives. So he's hardcore, yeah, that way. And I can't believe they booed Hulk Hogan. It's like, well, really? Like, dude. And, yeah, I am, JJ, for sure. I am going to do that. I'm going to set that up. So I thought about it a little more, and it's like, dude, you want to know why they booed Hulk Hogan? And I had a couple people in my comments like criticize this response, but it's true. It's like, well, think about when Hulk Hogan and Raw was popular. When Raw was popular, Hogan was at WCW. Now, look, most fans at that arena were not Attitude Era fans, but Raw and Hogan don't really mix. Like, he even, to me, when looking at him in front of the Raw logo, looked weird to me. In my opinion, it looked weird. Seeing him at Saturday night's main event, yeah, that makes sense. WrestleMania, yeah. Any of the major pay-per-views, yeah. But, dude, he wasn't on Raw when it was taking off and when it was dying. He was on the other side. So, anyway, let's enough for me. That was a long intro, but I want to at least kind of qualify myself as I am a mark. So when I call other people marks, it's not a insult. I mean, it is, but it's not because I'm a mark. Okay. I don't watch it every week, but I listen to Busted Open all the time, and I can't wait. And I already kind of planted seeds in the family's head, like, hey. Next weekend, I'm going to need a couple hours. So, all right, let's get to it. Okay, cool.
All right, you know what that means? It's our last burst of energy, our last bunch of questions and topics, and then we get the hell out of here till the big experience in a few days. Isn't that right?
The big experience. Don't set up anticipation that I can't follow through with.
Didn't you say this week should be one of the best shows in history, that everyone should listen? They should call their family, call everyone they know. This is going to be prime Cornette.
Yes, prime, possibly even USDA choice.
All right, well, like I said, let's get a few things, and we'll get out of here. Guest the program next week on the show. Jim, I have an article from the Wrestling Observer newsletter website by Dave Meltzer. The headline, Hulk Hogan not appearing at WWE Saturday Night's main event this week.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Holy mackerel.
Is that the truffle pig?
That's the truffle pig. Apparently, they have heard the people speak. And when Hogan speaks, the people boo. And when Punk throws in an offhand line about burying his dusty ass, the people cheer. So, well, God damn it, the only thing is I wanted to see how bad he was going to get booed and how they were going to try to make excuses.
Now, here's my humble opinion. If Vince was still in charge, I think Hogan shows up at Saturday night's main event because Vince didn't care. Vince, on a lot of levels, did not. Here, I heard JD say this, and it's like, wow, it's scary how accurate it was. Tony Khan has turned into Vince McMahon in the later years, in the mid to late 2000s, or 2010s. He forced people. I mean, does anyone remember what was that WrestleMania when him and Pat McAfee went at it, and Vince McMahon introduced Austin Theory as the next WWE champion? Where has he been? Like, so I think Vince McMahon lost touch a decade ago. So, like, and Tony Khan is that. I mean, look at what's going on with AEW. And it's such a shame because, in my opinion, WWE wouldn't be doing as well as it was or is doing if Vince gone and AEW wasn't around. If AEW wasn't around, this isn't happening. I don't think WWE is doing this kind of business. Yeah, Grayson Waller. Who?
For it.
Oh, what I wanted to see was him and Jesse Ventura in the same room.
Oh, that's right. Oh my gosh, that's right, dude. Ventura's the one that said which I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of unions. I think they can also be manipulated, and I have my own opinion about that. But I think wrestlers should be employees so they can get benefits and paid time off and all that. They shouldn't be independent contractors, because let's just be real. The WWE is not, they're not independent contractors. They're not. They're not free to go jump from organization to organization to organization and freelance. They're not allowed to do that. Not in the WWE. I mean, it's sure as hell not in AEW. Like, that's an employee. So instead of being unionized, they should be W-2. They should be employees, not independent contractors and have to pay for their flights, their food, all their travel expenses, all that, dude. I mean, like, people are professional wrestlers because they love it. Because it's a grind, man. Yeah, it's entertainment, but you don't see actors working like that.
That's what I wanted to see, because they announced Jesse will be there again, as he should. But here we go. Here's the article from Dave. Sources within WWE have confirmed that Hulk Hogan will not be appearing as scheduled for Saturday night's main event tomorrow night, as we are recording, in San Antonio. This was first reported by Chris Featherstone. Hulk Hogan
that can't be a real name.
And I clicked this link. We'll go to it in a second. Hulk Hogan had been the key person in all the commercials for the show. And if I click this link, this is Chris Featherstone's Twitter. It says Dr. Chris Featherstone, PhD, a Christian husband, dad, psychotherapist, insider reporter, journalist, podcaster.
Wait a minute.
College professor.
Bottle washer.
Jeez.
He's a psychotherapist, and he's commenting on wrestling. I need to go to him to straighten some of my problems out.
Well, Dave's using him as the source, and he said WWE confirmed it. Here's the tweet from Dr. Chris Featherstone, PhD. I have been informed that Hulk Hogan will not be appearing on Saturday night's main event due to family commitments. So maybe it has nothing to do with the booing or CM Punk causing more booing or Jesse Ventura who started the booing.
Now, did anyone hear that CM Punk did that off script? Anyone hear that? I heard that. Who knows if it's true? You know, I really wish that, you know, there was a time when, you know, no one, like the NWO wouldn't be able to exist today in the sense of the organic, you know, when Razor Ramon goes to WCW, it's like, oh my gosh, what is Razor Ramon doing at WCW? No one knew his contract was up. No one knew that he was an employee or contracted wrestler with WCW. No one knew that. So, I mean, that's what was, oh man. That'll never, I mean, it just won't happen again. Like, someone will leak something. The kayfabe is so dead. It's just such a shame.
Years ago, maybe it has nothing to do with any of that. Maybe it's just the family commitments for the event that he's been advertised for.
It suddenly came up. It's my new wife's birthday. I forgot. We haven't been married very long. Oh.
Do you think there's any family commitments?
No.
No, they've tried to figure out as at least insulting to Hogan, the company, way to not have him on their show and explain it so it doesn't. They don't come out and say, well, we're not going to have the guy on the show because the people are going to boo him out of the fucking building.
Going forward, what?
Oh, dude, listen. I remember that happening. I mean, I was still. Yeah. I mean, so like, you know, I grew up super poor, so like. Oh, I had to watch. I listened to that happen in real time on pay-per-view when the reception was all squiggly and you couldn't really see what was going on, but you could hear it. Dude, I remember when Hogan did that. I felt numb. I wasn't mad. It was just like. It was just, I don't know. It was cool. Like, I thought the NWO was the cool. I mean, and then that's when everything. To me, that's when everything flipped because I wasn't watching WWE that much because WCW was definitely like when I found out it's like, oh, there's another wrestling show on. Oh, it's on regular regular cable. What? It's like, oh yeah, we need to. Oh, Eternal, I actually already did. I already did, bro. Yeah, so like yeah, when he dropped the leg, that changed a lot.
Can you do anything with Hulk Hogan right now? I mean, they just got a big sponsorship they announced for the beer. WWE actually owns a piece of it as part of the deal. One of those kind of deals. How about you advertise us and we'll give you our company?
Eternal.
How does that sound?
How are they going to advertise the beer when they can't advertise the guy that has the beer?
Oh, that's
the point. They knew what was going to happen, and they don't want that to happen again on national television. And it looks bad for everybody, and they just can't have him. And to answer your question, right now they can't do anything.
Oh, I watched all of Vice's, every one of those episodes. Those were so good. Oh, the Dark Side of the Ring was so good too.
Apparently, I
mean,
mean,
so good, so well done.
He's 70 whatever years old. It's not like you know you can sit back and wait 10 years till the heat's off.
Well, let me just say here. Let me continue. Dave Meltzer says, Featherstone's report of a family-related reason for Hogan's missing the show is also accurate.
What?
This had nothing to do with his being booed in Los Angeles.
Oh, come on.
Or at every arena. Or at every arena. I can't even say that. It has nothing to do with him being booed in Los Angeles or at every arena when the Saturday Night's Main Event commercial played.
Oh, dude, no. Dude, dude, Scott Hall, dude, go watch that back, dude, if you can find it raw. Dude, he was, dude, heel to back ahead, dude. It's like, oh, those are real kicks. But dude, if you look around, go watch that whole thing play out. The security around was all like, go watch Hogan walk down the aisle again. There were, you could kind of see the cops kind of form behind him.
or Jesse Ventura or any other reason in that direction. Why would you say it has nothing to do with it that list every single thing that people think it has something to do with?
It has nothing to do with all these things. It's just, again, that birthday party, he didn't realize it was the same day. I mean, they're not saying family illness, something unexpected. They're saying a family commitment. Well, how many commitments did he make for the same fucking day?
He didn't know that Brooke booked them a table.
I think he should have been champion at least once. You know, dude, like those guys work so hard and so many days, and like all the chemicals they put in their body, dude. Like, it's too bad it's not like how it is now.
At the Cheesecake Factory that night, so they can't break the fucking reservation. That's what it is. Well,
man.
We'll see what happens going forward with Hulk Hogan, but do you think they said anything to CM Punk? Do you think they're mad at CM Punk for saying that and piling on? Or do you think they recognize that CM Punk saying that became its own little viral moment?
Then he might have been the canary in the coal mine. They might have said, well, you know what? We're glad he said that because it wasn't just an anomaly.
Well, again, we'll stay on top of the reporting of Dr. Chris Feather.
All right, yeah, that's crazy what they did with Hogan.